Reservists and National Guard, I'm seeing more claims kicked back because of this problem, so you're going to want to sit tight and listen to this video. Reservists, National Guard, they have a really hard time getting service connection for injuries that occurred on active duty periods where a DD-214 wasn't issued. So let me back up a little bit. If you're a reservist or a National Guardsman or woman and you're drilling and you get injured, you can have service-connected disability relating or stemming from that injury. Let's say you're on annual training and you get hurt, or you're on maybe a shorter term period of orders where there's no DD-214 issued. That's considered active duty for training. You might be eligible for a lot of VA disability from that particular period of time, depending on what happened. But the problem is that the way the VA processes these things is that they look at the DD-214s as your period of active duty. Now, you know, veterans of the Reserve and National Guard, that if you're on a drill weekend or annual summer training, you're 2 weeks in the summer or whenever it is, or maybe you're on a set of 30-day orders for something, or you're maybe on a set of 2-month orders for something, you may not receive a DD-214. So how do you let the VA know that you're on active duty? Well, of course they should know. They have my records, they have my orders, they have my drill schedules. Not always. It's not always the case. How do they figure that out? You can send them a line of duty, which is the investigation that occurs when someone gets injured on a drill weekend or a period of active duty. You can send them your orders, but there's a problem with how the VA processes these things, and they don't confirm the periods of active duty usually until even after the medical exam. Well, how is a medical provider supposed to render opinion on a condition that was hurt during a drill weekend when the doctor doesn't even know if that drill weekend was active duty? Are they going to look at the LOD? Well, no, they haven't been told that that's a period of active duty. So here's what I recommend doing if you're a reservist or National Guardsman filing a claim for an injury that occurred during a drill weekend, annual training, or some other period of active duty that wasn't long enough to get DD-214. And it's actually really simple. You're going to want to find the 4138 form. It's the VA statement in support of claim. And in plain language, write out what date it was that you were injured and note that that was a drill weekend, whatever it was. Be as simple as, during this period, during these 2 weeks in June of 2019, I was on active duty for my summer training. And that's when I hurt my knee. And it's been hurting ever since, yada, yada, yada. Then attached to that, any documentation that shows that that 2-week period was in fact active duty. That might be your line of duty investigation. That might be a buddy statement from your NCO who was with you when you got hurt. That might be your drill schedule, your unit's drill schedule. That could even be an LES or some sort of printout from DFAS showing that you got paid as a Title X service member for those 2 weeks. But again, you really want to bring it to their attention by putting this on a 4138 and just noting that the period in question where you got hurt was active duty for training. These time periods were active duty for training, and this is when I was hurt, and I've attached the following documents to substantiate that that time period was a period that I was on active duty. And again, that should hopefully trigger the VA to acknowledge that time period as active duty for training, thus making it an eligible period for VA disability benefits if an injury occurred during that time. Simple solution, just write out on 4138. Will it always work? No. The VA doesn't always read these things, quite frankly. And sometimes they read them and they don't know what to do with them. I can't tell you it's going to work every time. But this we've seen to show a higher increase of a first time go and getting approval sort of in that process. Sometimes you have to do the higher level review, supplemental claim. You got to do some other things to substantiate with more evidence. But this is a great way to start building up that file if you are a reservist. Also, if you're a reservist and you're injured during a drill period, you don't have to wait till you're out of the military to file. You can be a reservist drawing disability pay at the same time. Now, you may not want to for various reasons. That's up to you. I'm not going to get into that. But if you get hurt during a drill weekend and it's bad enough that you need some sort of care, don't wait 6 or 7 years until your reserve commitment's up. Go ahead and file if it makes sense to do so in your own situation. Anyway, if you're a reservist and you were injured during a drill period and you need help with your claim getting approved because it's been denied because the VA just isn't putting 2 and 2 together, give us a call. Let us help you.